like every day I watch the end of the world happen. Like the gravity of information every day feels like I'm watching the end of the world, and I can't think what could be worse than what I saw today. And then I see some sick shit with some guy slamming an 18-month-old into the concrete at an airport. And like, I never thought I'd see something like that in my whole life. Like ever.
And it appears that it wasn't caught by a person that was filming them. It was caught by a security camera in the facility. And so I think that
you can tell it's the security camera. It's up in the sky. It's the eye in the sky. But you know, at first when I saw it, I thought it was a spoof and that it was not a real kid. Like that it was just somebody mocking, like being, and then as soon as I realized that that was real, I also could not believe that what I'm watching. And he just hangs out and then sits down like nothing happened.
I don't know. You see, the way that guy acted when he sat down, I wasn't entirely sure if he sat down because he was just waiting to be arrested.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I assumed was the reason why he did that. But
and then you had just written back, like, okay, so Peter and I communicate throughout the day on 2 different platforms, really. So we'll be going back and forth on Instagram and in text. And sometimes I'll get 2 different conversations in my head mixed up. So Peter responds, yeah, that guy should be cold cocked. And I'm thinking, God, that's so tame for you. I can't believe you would say that. And then I realized you weren't talking about the same guy.
No, talking about a different guy, talking about some.
Right. That literally just needed to be cold cocked. I agree.
I think that was an older video clip that was sent over to me pertaining to the one about the Israel lobby and their control.
Yeah.
The guy
he should be punched in the face. That one was the one who threw her phone.
No, the guy who assaulted, I can't even, attempted murder, I guess, and that baby's probably going to die. That person needs to be executed, like pure and simple. That person is beyond saving. You know,
the guy at the airport.
Yeah, the guy at the airport. He needs to be executed. Like pure and simple.
Well, I do not support capital punishment.
We don't give a shit what we support. The guy has to be killed. Like,
but I am okay with vigilante justice. So again, I am very, very okay with the natural and logical consequences of one's own behavior coming back to them. That is not a problem for me. I don't support state-sanctioned execution.
Well, I was about to say, I don't give a shit what you want, hippie. I'm just saying that at this point, this guy's, you know,
is he frozen or am I frozen? I'm frozen.
There needs to be something.
You were frozen. You were frozen for a second. Frozen? Or was what'd you say?
I said that the guy needs to be dealt with and he does not need to go to court. Like the guy just needs to be dealt with.
Well, like I said, I don't support the death penalty. However, if that child's parents were allowed to stomp up and down on that guy's skull until he was no longer with us, I would be a really good person to be on that jury for those people. That's what I'm saying. I would be a good jury person for those people. So
it's good to know that the child is out of intensive care.
But, is that true?
Or if he's just out of his coma, that doesn't mean he's out of intensive care. But
there is no way that kid could ever just be normal after that.
The type of damage that has been done to that child, the type of emotional, mental, physical damage, forget it. It's just.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So like if that were my kid, I'd kill him. Like I would. I don't think I'd even think anything of it. But again, still don't support capital punishment. So
well, I don't know any parent who would think otherwise. I think that's the key. You know, who would look at a situation like that and say that person deserves mercy? No.
We passed that so long ago.
No, we've entered into a whole new phase.
I have no more grace. I am all out of grace. That's just where we are. And I'm angry that I'm out of grace, which is why I'll never forgive the people that I will forever see as the reason that we're in this situation and that keep supporting it. I'm just so done. Yeah, no more grace to give.
Well, we are going to get to a fun segment tonight where we see the absolute physical, psychological, and emotional meltdown of all the Zion-Nazis out there who simply cannot accept that somebody who is a Muslim socialist won the biggest mayoral seat in the entire nation, maybe the world, and did it in the heart of Zionist country. So to say that their ideology is in deep trouble would be an understatement. So much so that their level of desperation involves them trying to resurrect the career of Mayor Adams now, who everyone had assumed was on his way out, but now is going to get an infusion of millions and millions of dollars. That's what's going to happen.
They could try that. I don't think that'll work any better than Cuomo. I mean, criminal is a criminal, right? I mean, I just don't think that'll work. That whole race pleases me on so many levels. And let me preface this with, if he turns out to be another AOC, if he gets in there and doesn't really do anything, nothing would shock me. Nothing would surprise me. I have no false, idols. I have no delusions or whatever. However, that being said, the fact that the people that are being driven crazy over this, whether they're the libs or the right, pleases me at a level that I just can't stand. Like it's days like that I like that really just touch the heart for me. Like thinking about Michael Bloomberg and like that's warm and fuzzy. So regardless of what happens with him as a candidate or as a mayor or whatever, this moment is very enjoyable. That's what I'm saying.
And what I would also say is that in many ways, it doesn't really matter what Zoran does or doesn't do, because it's the symbolism of his win is what really matters here. This was a direct shot across the bow to the Israel lobby in a way that I don't think they're going to recover from. Like, I think there will be long-lasting effects of this victory, regardless of whether he wins in November or not. This comes down to they are on the ropes. And what they're also realizing is that no matter how much money they throw at this, it's probably not going to matter, because eventually everyone is just kind of hip to what's going on. And that's another thing that we're going to talk about as we transition with our guest this evening.
I just want to add something to what you said about another thing that this is also glorious to watch, like everybody freaking out, is the bigots in full form. The bigots are out in full form. Like they're not even pretending. And again, these aren't people that are scared. They're not scared of him. They just don't like him. They're not Islamophobes. They're
scared of what he represents.
They are as capitalists, but I'm talking about the anti-Muslim, that kind of bigotry that we're going to see. They're not scared of him. They just don't like him. They're just bigots. So I do appreciate, again, I like to know who my bigots are. So I appreciate getting to see all that.